Today, I want to talk about this idea of knowing what you want, which sounds so simple, but if it were that simple, coaching would be easy. Knowing what you want has two critical moments where it's important. The first is just in your career in general. So many of us internalize expectations from parents, from teachers, from the internet, and we have this idea of how things should be. And so we go for that. And we don't necessarily listen to the voice that tells us what we really want to be doing. And before you say, oh, Claire, that's really nice, but we can't all be yoga instructors on the beach, what I can share with you is that for 90% of my clients, what they actually want has not been that far from what they were actually doing. And so exploring that and getting clearer on it is critically important for well-being, but also for career advancement. Once you know what you're good at and the impact that it has, which is why it's one of the eyes to the fourth power, you can start to sell that and get into the situations that you want. The second critical reason to be able to understand what you want is in real time. You know, life and work, you don't always get to be ecstatically doing what you want in every moment. But when you can start to understand how you actually are at choice because you are pursuing one important value over another, let's say you're caring for an ailing parent or something like that. Once you can understand that you are prioritizing one thing over another, but that you actually are at choice, it helps so much with resilience and with dealing with the uncertainty in front of you. So those are really two aspects of being able to figure out what you want. And I say it in that way because it really can be a challenge. So that's what we're going to be talking about in the Eye to the Fourth Power program. Join me on September 24th, where we're going to do an introduction, how to manage career and uncertainty. And it's a webinar. And in that, I'll tell you a lot more.